Hi class. Today I'm going to be reviewing an article that I read called It's a Mobile World, but Is It a Mobile World at School by Victor Rivero. I came across this article and it's kind of short, but it's really interesting because the very first page has some random statistics on it that I thought were really interesting. It says 36% of families own an iPod Touch, but only 27% of the children use it. 46% of families own a tablet, and 34% of the children use it. And 77% of families own a smartphone. 43 of the children use it. So that's kind of how the article starts off, and to me that seems pretty significant. All of those numbers, more than half of their children are using the things that they own, which seems pretty relevant. As we start furthering our technology, it seems that the younger and younger the kids are, the quicker they're learning how to use how to use this technology in different ways. I work at a weekday school on Tuesdays and Thursdays where I teach 3-year-olds, and they already know how to work smartphones. Anything you put in front of them, they can pretty much figure out the basics to figuring it out. So this article was pretty relevant. It continues to talk about how we have such an array of technology at home that's why these children, even at such a young age, are already learning how to use it. It goes on to say that children ages 3 to 18, 78% of them, someone in their family owns a portable computer, and that 50% of the children use it. And it goes on to list a whole bunch of more different facts about iPods, e-readers, smartphones, tablets, etc. And by high school, half of all students carry a smartphone to school with them every single day, which I substitute on my other days off, so I see a lot of different classroom environments of all different ages, and I would definitely agree that all of high school, more in what I have seen than 50% carry a smartphone with them, even down into middle school. Children are carrying their smartphones with them, but not many schools are really letting the children use those smartphones in class. When I was in high school, phones were a big issue. We had to make sure that we had our phones turned off, put away. If any of them ever went off, they would get taken away from us. I know the school that I'm working with, currently subbing for, that they take away their phones if they're seen in class, and that they take them to the office, and their parents have to come in, and basically it's a warning the first time, $10 the next time, $10, and a parent has to pick it up the next time. So it's a big deal to them because they don't want students on their phones. But sometimes I wonder where we would be if we would allow our students to use their iPhones for maybe even short intervals during class as a break, so that they can focus on what they're doing and not worry about what's happening on their phones, or even if we allow them to use it for research purposes, or emailing things to us as teachers. I think there's a lot of ways we can incorporate smartphone use in ways that would help students, so they won't be such a distraction, but we can be using them to advance different procedures in the classroom. So it goes on to talk about how they're using these things, carrying them to school, but when they arrive to their daily destination, that they have to keep their seatbelts buckled and turn off all electronic devices until we're safely parked at the gate. Which, again, like I'm saying, kids are getting in trouble all the time because of cell phone use. Actually, I wonder how much of a impact we waste time on by getting our kids off their phones in class instead of just giving them a minute to use it. Um, 89% of parents want their children in the class where mobile devices are used, according to 2013 Trends in Online Learning Virtual, Blended, and Flipped Classrooms. That was put inside of this article, which I thought was really interesting because parents are wanting their kids to use these different kind of devices to encourage their learning and their education as well. And I feel like we spend so much time as teachers in learning how to prepare to be teachers to use technology, but are we really incorporating it in the classroom once we're really there? Especially in ways that almost every student has available to them. But it is on the rise in K through 12. According to the article, that 60% of respondents say mobile technologies have been adopted in a quarter or more of the schools in their districts. 15% say their school districts are very likely to adopt it if it hasn't already been adopted. There are some barriers that come up. Obviously, costs, device management, and issues that come up with that area. It's hard to make sure that every student's using their phone for the right reasons, and it's hard to make sure that every student is does have that type of technology available to them. Not to mention that we have to then begin teaching professional development to teachers and then those teachers to the students so that we make sure that we're on the same page. There are solutions. A number of companies are available. There are tons of platforms, tons of apps available to use, tool makers, and just a lot of different things that are going on for mobile experiences that could help with classroom things. At the end of the article, there are a lot of different apps that they placed as examples to use in your classroom that you can use on a smartphone. Some are Cool Street, which looks like it's a active board and it simulates economic principles. And then there's a picture of it, and it's different types of pizzas, and you go through and basically make a store, own a shop, and compete for your business. There is Straight Ace Learning, which is most commonly used in middle school, and it is in line with the Common Core standards, which is helpful as well. There is Destiny 11.0, which is a lot to do with ebooks, and you can use it on mobile devices or Kindles, tablets, that type of thing. And it is almost a library tool with different managing systems available. AirWatch mobile device management, My On Reader mobile, Amplify tablet. These are all examples that it gives that you can use to incorporate as best as you can smaller mobile devices or tablets of that kind of thing in your classroom. I just think it's very interesting because we learn so much how we need to incorporate technology into the classroom and keep to date with everything that's going on. But sometimes I think we get a little too caught up in the rule book and we don't allow our students to really use and vitalize the tools that they have right at the end of their fingertips. So I'm curious how, as that advances, what else will take place, if phones will continue to be taken up in class, or if we will learn to embrace them and start using them in ways that can help promote technology and move us a little bit further along where we are. So thanks.